Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video with InfoSec Pat. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the HackTheBox from HackTheBox. So if you guys aren't aware of this box, it's a retired machine on HackTheBox, and I believe it has to do something with Active Directory. I started to make a video the other night, and I had some technical difficulties, and my headset stopped working in the middle of the video, so I stopped it. So I did capture one flag, so we're going to go through the whole thing. I didn't do the whole box yet, so stay tuned. So let's connect to the VPN. Okay, we are connected. So if I go here and I hit F12, you can see that I have connection to my VPN. Okay, so let's open up the command prompt. So I already ran a Nmap scan just to save time, because sometimes these Nmap scans can take some time to do, and it can be a pain in the butt. All right, so if we make this larger, we can see that we have ports like port 53 for DNS, port 8080 for Kerberoasting, 135, 139, 389, etc. All these cool ports here. Okay, so how I went about doing this box. Okay, so the first thing I seen was SMB. So what we can do is see if there's any SMB shares on here. We can look at, I'm just going to walk through what I already went through. So what we can do here is we can clear the results, since now we know. So we can use SMB map. Okay. Oh, that's SMB map. Okay. So this is not what I wanted. So it's going to be SMB map. I don't know why I just hit tab. SMB map. Okay. So that's H, and then the IP address to the box. So it's right here, 10.129.115.126. So now if we just paste that here, and didn't work. I don't know why it does never, copy and paste never works. Let's try to do this again. Oh, geez. Let's try to do SMB map dash. There we go. Okay. So let's see what comes up, what we get. Any good stuff? All right, cool deal. So we can also use things like enum for Linux, and we can see if there's any shares out there like that. But this is the route that I took. I'm just going to go about the way that I went about pwning the box. I didn't pwn it all the way yet. I just got to a certain point. So as you're going to see, I just got the user flag. All right, so now we can see here, let's make this a little larger. We can see here that we have admin C dollar, IPC dollar, and netlog on replication sys for all users. So this looks pretty interesting. Read only for permissions. So we have replication here. Now we can go ahead and try to see what's in there, right? So now we can use actually SMB client. This is what I was doing before. Okay, but not users. We're going to be doing 10.129. .115. What is it? 126. Okay, and then we're going to do replication. Okay. Whoops. If I can spell. Okay. So now let's see, and I'm just going to hit enter, because it says read only, so we can get into this. We can get into the system just like that. We didn't need a username and password because it didn't ask us. All right, so now if we just hit the question mark, you can see a whole bunch of options. We are going to make some changes to this to these settings, so just bear with me. All right, let's just make some and I want to turn this on, and then there's another thing I want to do, the prompt off. Okay. So now what I want to do is, if we see an mget, we should see mget. So this is pretty much going to pull down. So if I do an ls, we can see all this stuff in here, right? So let me see if I do a control C. I knew I was going to kill it. Let's just try to log in again. Enter. Okay. So if I do, let's see if I do a dir. Okay, so right here we see active.htb. This is pretty much telling me the domain name, right? So we want to pull this information down to our local machine in order to look and see what we have in there, okay? So if you're familiar with group policy objects, group policy preferences, this is going to give us a boatload of information about the group policies, okay? So let's just do, we're going to grab everything. So we're going to do an mget asterisk, okay? So that's going to pull everything, mget asterisk, that's weird. Nothing to mget. What? It's right there. That's really weird. Let me try this again. mget asterisk. That's really strange. Interesting. I've never seen this before. Okay. So let's see. You know what we'll do? Well, let's cd into active. Let's see if we can cd to it. Okay. Okay. So now let's do a dir. See what's in there. And I'm just going to do it the long way, right? I'm just going to go see if I can just get whatever I need. So I want to cd to policies. Come on. Let's just cd to policies, do a dir here. And we have these two. So I want to cd into here. This is the actual policy that we want to get. And now we can just do dir here. And we can see that we are in that directory. So if you're familiar with group policies and everything like that, this should be familiar. All right. So let's cd to machine. Okay. Let's do a dir in here. And we're going to go to preferences. Okay. Do a dir in here. And we have groups. So let's cd to groups. And let's do a dir in here. And we should have a file, this XML file. So let's try to mget. Excuse me. This groups. Let's see now if I can. Yes. Okay. So now if I exit here, let's clear this. If I do an ls, I have this this groups.xml. Okay. So now what I want to do is cat that out. So if I cat groups.xml, we have all this cool little information here. And with this information, we see a CP password. We see a domain. So we have active.htb, and we have a service account. Well, I want to copy this. I want to go ahead and open up a text editor. That's fine. Okay. This is pretty much from what I was doing it last time, but ignore all that information. Was started from scratch. So let's paste this information here. Okay. And then the password is pretty much, the password is right here. This is pretty much what I want to be copying. So if I take this is the password right here. Let's copy this. But this is a hash, right? So what we can do here is try to crack this with GPP decrypt. So because we know it's a group policy preference. So GPP decrypt, and then I want to paste this in to see if I can crack it. All right, so now we have a GPP still standing strong 2018. This is the password that we had right in here, right? If you can see here. So GPP standing strong 2018. So we got that, okay? So now what can we do now? So now what we can do is see if we can use like in packet. If you guys aren't familiar with in packet, you just have to download it and right from GitHub. Just you know what? Let's just go out to Google and just put like in packet GitHub, and just download right here the in packet collection of Python. And you can just go ahead and get code, copy this, clone it, bring it down to your local machine, and you should be good to go. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and open up. All right, let's see. Let me think for a second. Let me open up a different. Try terminal. Come on. Okay, let me just make this bigger. I think let me just log into shoot. Okay, let's do an ls. Let's cd into Impacket ls. We can cd to examples. And then these are all the Python scripts I was talking about. Okay, so we're going to get to them in a second. But what we're going to do really quick, excuse me, what we're going to do really quick is try to log in to this machine now, because now we have a username, now we have a password, right? So now what we can do is try to authenticate now to the victim machine to try to get a shell. So let's clear this since we already have that. Now we can do SMB client, and then we're going to go to whack. Let me go get the IP address again because I don't remember the IP address. Copy this, go back, paste. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to users because now we have a user account that may be on this machine. Okay, so -u, and then we have, it was svc _ tgs. Okay, and now we prompt for a password. That's cool. So now we can use this password to try to authenticate to that user. Okay, so let's copy this and paste it in here. Hit enter. So now we're here now. So now what? Let's do a dir. So now we have user.txt, excuse me, service svc _ tgs. So what we're going to do is try to see if we can cd into there because that's where we want to be, right, on that account. So let's try to _tgs. Let's do an ls here, and then normally the flags are normally on the desktop. So let me cd to desktop, and now do a dir, and we have user.txt, right? So we can download user.txt, okay, or get. Let's see if we can just get it then. Excuse me. Sorry. All right, so let's get user.txt. Okay, so now we got it. So now let's exit out of here. Let's do an ls, and we have user.txt here. So now we can cat user.txt, and this is flag number 1. We can copy this, go up to the HackTheBox, submit a flag. I already submitted this one. So if we say, 2, submit flag, I already did this one, okay? So now it's time to get, domain credentials and see if we can get into the admin account because that's the next thing we need to do, right? Now we have to escalate our permissions. So this is pretty much where the video got all screwed up, and I had to restart this whole process. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and this is where I was going to go when I was trying to figure out why my thing was not working. But what I want to use is get user SPNs. So if I do .user get, okay, I guess it's going to be get user SPN. Okay, so if we just hit enter here or -- help or -h. What the hell? All right, let me clear this out. Let's just see if I could just do the whole command. So what we're going to do is request QUEST. So we're going to request from the DC. So it's going to be DC-IP get user SPN. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I need to get the IP address again because I don't remember. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do active .HackTheBox. All right, and now we have to use the account that we have authentication to. So it's svc what was it, underscore ticket granted services. Okay, then we're going to do a colon and then supply the password, which is right here. Okay, and hit and paste. And let's see if we can authenticate. Okay, this is weird. It doesn't, it's not, this is interesting. All right, let's see. Let me see something. I want to try, there is another way. I think it's in packet. Get user SPNs. Let's see if this was going to work. Okay, let's just see if I can just do the up arrow. And I believe this is it. If not, I'll have to Google it because I don't run these commands all the time. So let's do in packet, in pack, get user SPNs. Okay, now let's see if I can hit enter. All right, perfect. There we go. Whew, thank the Lords. All right, so now in here we have an administrator, and then what it's doing here is dumping the Kerberoast ticket. So what we can do is copy this, and then the next thing we have to do is crack this, right? Once we crack it, then we can, get the password, and then we can authenticate and see if we can get root. So let's copy this whole thing, this whole ticket, and hopefully it doesn't take so long. Let's copy this, and let's just open up a different. Let's do ls. Now I want to do nano. Ticket. I'm just gonna name it ticket.txt. Okay, and I want to paste this in here. Okay. Control X. Yes. Boom. Now if I do an ls, now if I cat ticket.txt, I have that ticket. Okay. So what are we doing now? Now we're gonna have to crack that, right? So if you guys aren't familiar with Kerberoast ticket cracking, I'm going to use hashcat. So if you just type in hashcat dash s help, you're going to see a whole boatload of stuff, right? And if we go all the way up here, we have a whole bunch of different options. And we know we need, so I'm just going to cheat. I'm just going to say, okay, hashcat, and I want to do -h because this is the command I want to do it. But I want to grep -i and then TGS because this is a ticket granting service. So what this is doing is just going to query and just parse through everything I just did so I don't have to look through all of that. So we have the ID here that we have to use, right? 13,100 or 13,100. Okay? Now we have that. Now we have to get the word list and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do, I don't know where my word list is. So let's go ahead and locate. I think it's on my desktop. rocku.txt. Yeah, it's on my desktop. Okay, cool. Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is let's see how long this is going to take. So we have to do hashcat, and then we have to do -m 13,100. Okay, and then we're going to do the ticket because the ticket is where the authentication is, or the authentication ticket is. Okay, so now we're going to do home, InfoSec pat, desktop, rocku.txt. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just see if we can crack it. So let's be patient. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, guys. I didn't get this far in my video before, so I don't even know if this is going to take 5 seconds, if it's going to take an hour. But obviously we'll hang out and see how long this is going to take. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. But we'll see. We will see. You know what? Let's do that. We'll give this a second. Let's just give it a second. All right, let's look at the status. I guess we'll just give this a second. Status. Hopefully my machine doesn't blow up. Status. So it's just going through all these things now. So we'll give it a second. We'll give it a moment. Okay, boom, it cracked. Awesome. As you can see here, it cracked the ticket. So what the ticket is Ticketmaster 1968. So let's copy that. Put that here. Okay, so it looks like we were able to crack that password with the rocku.txt word list. Okay, so that's good. So there's multiple ways we can go about this now. We can use MSF console, we can use PS exec, but I want to give it a shot with Impacket PS exec. So we're going to do Impacket PS exec. Okay, and then I want to do administrator. And then, oh crap, let's go back. Okay, so pretty much we're doing administrator is the account, and then we're going to put the password at, and then we have to get the IP address that we're trying for the domain controller. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's hit enter and see if we connect to it. And if we connect, we should be on that box. If we are on that box, we're golden. Oh, hey, who am I? System authority or NT authority. So we are good. We are on this box now. Now what we can do is pretty much, you know, like I excuse me, like I said, you guys can just check out, you know, other videos that I did, but I'm just going to get right to it. So if we do TYPE, and then normally where the tickets are, or the, what do you call it, the flags. So I want to go to administrator because we need to get into the administrator account. So desktop, and then the normally root.txt. Okay, and boom, we got the root flag, and let's see. And we'll do, like, say, for example, a 3. Boom. Something went wrong. What? Did I copy the wrong thing? All right, let's try this again. Let's copy this. Let's paste it into, let's paste it in here. Let's make sure that's the same one. Yep. Let's try this one more time. Copy this. Let's go back here. Sorry, guys. Submit flag. There we go. It accepted it. Maybe there was a space. And voila, active has been pwned. So that concludes this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, have a good one. I really appreciate it, and speak soon. If you have any questions, hit me up on the comments on Instagram, Twitter, however else you guys reach me.